What's up, all my fishing addicts? Y'all know what today is, right? It's Tacklebox Tuesday. So today we are going to be segueing, or more like a caveat of a Tacklebox Tuesday a few weeks ago. So what we're going to be doing is going to be more advanced knife sharpening skills. Okay, so this is not just going to keep your blade in shape. It'll give it a nice polish, and it'll be so sharp that it'll cut the hair right off your arm, I promise you. And I will show you. So what we're going to be using today is the G-Ting Complete Professional Knife Sharpening Set. Okay, so this comes with a 400 and 1000 grit whetstone, a 3000 and 8000 grit whetstone, a little bamboo base, which is good because you can put your whetstone in there to stop it from, which you can see at the bottom. So that's a non-slip rubber base, so that way when you're sharpening it's not going everywhere. It has a buffing compound, an angle guide, a flattening stone, a leather honing strop, and a leather razor strop. So I'm going to show you how to use all of them, skipping the first one because I already showed you that, and you guys can always check a link in the description for that one as well, so you can start with that and then move on to something a little more advanced. Okay, so once again, here it is. I will leave the link where I got it on Amazon in the description. This was actually the best deal for whetstones, because a lot of them had typically pretty much the same amount of stuff, or maybe less, but we're all 70 something or more. Okay, so we are going to get right into it. I'm going to flip the camera around so you can see from my point of view on exactly what I'm doing. All right, here we go. Okay, fishing addicts, so here we are. This is the one you saw last time. This is the 400 grit on top, the 1000 grit, and this one is the 3000 and 8000 grit. And as you can see, I had placed these in the bamboo holder, and it has a rubber non-slip base. Okay, so we are going to skip over this one, and I am going to show you exactly how to make one of these types of knives razor sharp to where you can actually cut the hair off your arm. Now, so what we would have done is go back to the first video, and you're going to use this 400 and the 1000. Okay, so what you're going to do, instead of 5 times on each side, you're going to do it about 20. Okay, so what you're actually going to do is you're going to take this one, make sure it's wet, soak it in overnight or at least 12 hours to make sure all the bubbles are gone, and then make sure you always take a little bit of water and double check. Just pour a little bit. The water should, see how that is? It's just kind of sitting up at the top. If it absorbs fast, your whetstone is too dry and you're going to damage the stone. Okay, you can see that, how I spread it. It's fine. So what you would do is you would take your handy dandy knife, and what helps is this one actually comes with an angle guide, so it'll give you a nice 17-degree angle. Now, quick caveat, with typical chef's knives, the ones that are like super sharp, those are typically a thinner blade. As you can see, this is a little bit thicker, and even compared to this one, is thicker than what you would get for like a chef's blade. So in order to make your knife razor sharp, even though it's thinner at the bottom, you're going to have to change the angle of the edge. So you're going to have to re-edge your blade. So what you would do is you would take this one and you would keep it at your angle, and then you would go back and forth just like so, using this one on the 400 grit, Do that about 20 times. Do it at a 17-degree angle, okay? We're doing it at a 17-degree angle because there is a difference in what's called the bevel of your blade. I can put a snapshot of it right here. So as you can see, a typical one-sided knife, or the bevel for the 17-degree, is typically straight down and then has the one side angled. These are 20 degrees, so that's why they are not so much razor sharp, because the thinner the angle or the smaller the angle, the sharper is essentially it's going to be. So after you re-edge your blade, it'll take about 20 or 30 times on both sides with the 400, and then you're going to do it about 15 times with the 1000, and then it'll be ready, pretty much ready to cut hair. But we're going to move into something a little more advanced after that, and I will show you as proof. So I had already reshaped this blade, okay, and I even reshaped this one a little bit. Even though this is a curve or has a recurve blade on it, it's still the exact same thing. But what you want to do while you're shaping this knife is kind of start more at the back and then move down so you have more of an edge to turn. Okay, same thing with the other side. Start at more of an angle, so this way you have more of an edge to turn. And I'll show you it from this side. So you start here, more back at the corner, and as you can see right here, you turn it as it goes up, and then that will sharpen your knife. Keep in mind that this is more for sharpening, and once you get to the finer grits like so, it will be more for polishing or for the types of chef's knives. However, we're turning our normal everyday blade into a razor, so it's not going to damage it. All you're doing is you're just basically making the edge right here a little bit longer, where you see the blade right here. Okay, you're making that a little bit longer, so what it's going to do is it's going to get the edge out, and you're going to be able to make this go from 20 to 17 degrees. So basically all you're doing is buffing it thinner. So after you do that 30 times on this side, 15 to 20 on this, or till it gets smooth, you're good to go. Now you've re-edged your blade, and at that point in time it should be good enough to cut hair. However, we're going to just always double check to make sure, because nothing's more dangerous than a dull blade. Any good hunter or fisherman will tell you that, because dull blades do what? They slip. So I'm going to be using this to show you exactly how it works. So what you do is, with this angle guide, you set it down and you're already at a perfect angle. So all you do is you keep a hold of the blade, start, go to one side, to the other, and making sure you're at an angle as you go off. Like so. It's kind of relaxing. And then from here, just keep in mind that the finer the grit, the more you're going to want to do it on each side, because the grit is finer, therefore it doesn't shave as much of the metal off. So what's going to happen is, I've done that a few times just to show you. Now if you look real closely how nice and smooth that blade is, okay? That's what we're looking for. You don't want to see lines in it like you would probably around here. Okay, let's bring it real close. You can see the lines. Okay, rule of thumb, a smooth shine is typically a sharp edge. So then what we're going to do is, after we do that, I'm not going to do it so many times just to show y'all, and then we're going to move into our 8000 grit, Get your edge. And you can even see how nice and smooth that is. Just hold it, get some nice pressure. See, that's why I use a non-slip grip. Because even though there's water on the table, just go ahead and recenter the camera. Move that over a little bit. And it's nice and smooth. Just do it like that until you get the desired edge. So that is that. Now I will show you right here exactly how sharp this knife is. Okay, so I just enhanced the camera a little bit. I wiped off the grit from the edge so you can see nice and smooth. You see that right there? It's going bald, ladies and gentlemen. Just for you fans. Shaving my arms. Yeah. That's all you have to do. It's super easy. In case you don't believe me, I'll go up even higher. Smooth. Smooth. And just take your blade, wipe it off, and then go back to it. See, just double check. Okay, there's a little bit of grinding, so now we're back to our nice, shiny, polished edge. Now, this is another one we're going to do. A leather strop with compound. So you're going to take your smooth side of your leather strop and you're going to apply your compound, which all you got to do is just like you're coloring with a crayon. Just take it from where it's at, color the whole thing in, okay? And after you leave it for a while and it dries, you're going to need to recolor it, okay? So this is more of a edge honing tool compared to a sharpening tool. So it's good for just every once in a while, you know, when you need to just get your blade a little bit sharper. You do the exact same thing as you would with the whetstone, except you change the direction of the blade. So instead of going like this to bring the knife forward, what you're going to do is you're going to keep the same exact angle. And let's put it up top here so I can actually do it. Doesn't matter if it's wet on the other side. So you take your knife at your 17-degree angle or 20-degree angle, whichever one you're doing, and you just go backwards. Okay, what this is going to do is it's going to take off all the burrs and re-hone your edge. Okay. And there you go. You'll get your little crayon dust off, and once again, just to show you, there's a little hair left here. Boom. There you go. Practically hairless. Ta-da. Just get my edge back. And voila. Now we're going to move on to our last step, which is your leather belt, aka your razor strop. So this is what you'd use for you can use it for one of those super those Japanese style really sharp knives, or one of those straight razors that you see the old timers use in the movies. And I'll show you a little hack for it. So check this out. We're going to, because here's your grip. You take anything laying around the house, just get something straight. I'm using a spatula. Take it here, line it through, pull it down. This is where you can step on it. Okay, and now I'm going to move to the floor. All right, so now that we're on the floor, you simply use this to hold it down, grab your handle, so you can see me doing right here, and then same way you did it with the strop, you do with this. Keep it nice and tight, use the smooth side, and all that's doing is sharpening, honing the blade, taking the burrs off. That's just a little bit of the compound from the other one. But you can see, ta-da, you are good to go. All right, my Fishin-atics, I hope you found this enjoyable, entertaining, or at least informative. So in the meantime, you know, stay frosty, but I did want to show one more hack. Okay, so if by chance you don't have this handy dandy tool to get you a good edge with your angle, grab one of these. Just grab a little 2x4 or some sort of block, and you can mark your angle across it. Okay, so you're going to want to do it long ways, and you could either use your circular saw or a skill saw to cut it at a 20 to 17 degree angle like this, so that way you made your own angular tool. So you can take one like so, just grab a small block like this, get your skill saw, cut down at a like so at this right here, get a 17 degree angle on this one, flip it over, get a 20 degree angle, or different various of angles depending on the thickness of the back of your blade, and you got your own little angle toolkit. And then just, you know, mark it on the side, 17 degrees, 20, 15, whatever you may have. Besides that, ladies and gentlemen, all my Fishin-atics out there, love y'all. Make sure you guys take care of yourself, do the right thing, stay safe. In the meantime, keep them lines tight, rods bent. We out.